James Waller was a remarkable man living in 1966. At just 33 years old, he worked as a postal worker in a bustling post office. Each day, he sorted letters and packages, ensuring that the community received their mail on time. But James was not just any postal worker. He was a man with a deep sense of responsibility and commitment to his job and his community. While many people saw their work as just a way to earn money, James believed that his role was much bigger than that. He understood that delivering mail connected people, bringing news and joy into their lives. He took pride in his work, always arriving on time and completing his shifts without fail. Yet, what set him apart from others was his dedication to social causes and the civil rights movement. James didn't only deliver mail, he delivered hope. Whenever there were protests for civil rights, he made sure to attend them, even if it meant stepping away from his job for a short time. He believed in fighting for justice and equality for everyone, especially in a time when the nation was divided over these very issues. His co-workers admired him for balancing both responsibilities with such grace. In the evenings after work or on weekends, you could often find James marching alongside friends and neighbors who shared his passion for change. He knew that every protest counted and that each voice added to the chorus calling for justice. When others felt discouraged or afraid to speak up, James stood firm in his beliefs, encouraging them to join him. His determination inspired those around him. People would often talk about how James made them feel empowered to make their voices heard. They saw him not just as a worker at the post office but as a beacon of hope within their community. A person who showed that one could care deeply about making things better while still fulfilling daily obligations. It was this steadfast commitment to both duties and ideals that caught the attention of someone as influential as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Little did James know that this would lead to an unforgettable encounter at the post office, one that would highlight the significance of his efforts and resonate throughout the entire building. Protests played a crucial role during the civil rights movement of the 1960s. They were a way for people to come together, voice their frustrations, and demand change in a society fraught with inequality and injustice. Through peaceful demonstrations, individuals from all walks of life gathered to stand up against segregation, discrimination, and the denial of basic civil rights. For James Waller, attending these protests was not just a choice. It was a calling driven by his deep commitment to achieving equality for all. James understood that protests were essential for raising awareness about important issues facing African Americans at the time. He recognized that when people united for a common cause, their voices became louder and harder to ignore. Each protest represented hope and determination, a chance to fight for what was right. Knowing he had a responsibility to contribute to this movement, James made it a priority to attend as many protests as he could, even if it meant adjusting his work schedule. He believed that showing up was powerful. James often said that being present at protests sent a message: change was possible. By marching alongside others who shared his beliefs, he felt energized and reinforced in his mission. Many of his friends and coworkers admired his dedication, often joining him at rallies and gatherings. They found strength in numbers and felt inspired by James's willingness to stand up for justice while still being an exemplary worker. Protests gave James an opportunity to connect with his community on a deeper level. At these gatherings, he met individuals with similar experiences, stories, and dreams for a better future. This sense of belonging fueled his passion even more. He saw firsthand how important community solidarity was for making their struggles visible and pressing for change. Each march or rally brought together families, friends, and neighbors who were determined to reclaim their rights and dignity. Moreover, James understood that by participating in these demonstrations, they were not just fighting for themselves but also paving the way for future generations. They were sending a clear message that the fight for justice would not end until equality was achieved. It was this spirit of activism combined with his unwavering commitment to duty that made James Waller an inspiring figure in both the postal office and the broader civil rights movement. James Waller's ability to balance his job at the post office with his active role in the civil rights movement showcased his remarkable work ethic and dedication. He believed that commitment to one's job and community could go hand in hand. While many people might have found it difficult to juggle responsibilities, James managed to maintain his schedule without missing a shift. This dedication stemmed from his strong sense of duty, not only as a postal worker but also as a citizen who cared deeply about the fight for justice. James's day began early as he prepared for work, ensuring that he arrived promptly at the post office. He took pride in his tasks, whether sorting mail or assisting customers. His co-workers respected him for always being reliable and trustworthy. When the time came for protests or rallies, he carefully planned so that he could participate without compromising his work commitments. Sometimes this meant adjusting his hours or finding ways to take short breaks during the day to attend crucial events. His colleagues often marveled at how he managed to stay involved while fulfilling his job responsibilities. They saw him arrive at protests straight from a long shift, still wearing his postal uniform with pride. His presence inspired them. They knew that if James could make time for activism, they could too. Many would join him in attending protests, feeling motivated by his example and understanding the importance of standing up for their rights together. James also utilized weekends or days off to engage in activism fully. He knew these moments were crucial for making an impact. Whether it was participating in marches, organizing community events, or simply discussing issues with others, he was always involved. His strong time management skills allowed him to dedicate himself fully to both work and the movement. Moreover, James often shared stories from the protests with his coworkers during breaks, emphasizing the importance of their struggle and connecting it back to their experiences in the post office. Through these conversations, he created a sense of camaraderie and purpose among his team. In essence, James Waller exemplified how one could be committed to both their career and social change, demonstrating that hard work and activism can coexist harmoniously. His legacy would inspire others to find their own balance between personal responsibilities and the pursuit of justice for all. One sunny afternoon in 1966, the atmosphere at the local post office buzzed with excitement. Workers busily sorted letters and packages when suddenly, news spread like wildfire. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was coming for an unexpected visit. It all started when a local newspaper featured an article about James Waller, highlighting his commitment to both his job and the civil rights movement. Dr. King had read about James's dedication and wanted to meet him in person. As the word of Dr. King's arrival reached every corner of the post office, workers dropped what they were doing to gather near the entrance. They exchanged awestruck glances and whispers of disbelief. Some even wondered if it could be a prank. With each passing moment, anticipation grew, and soon enough, the iconic figure of Dr. King appeared at the door. His presence commanded respect and admiration, and the entire building felt charged as he stepped inside. James stood at his station, sorting mail when he heard the commotion outside. As he turned around, he could hardly believe his eyes. There was Dr. King. Instantly, he felt a mix of pride and nervousness wash over him. He knew this was a significant moment not just for him, but for everyone who had been fighting for change alongside him. Dr. King approached James with warmth and sincerity in his eyes. In front of their coworkers, he said, "You carry more than mail, you carry hope." This powerful statement resonated throughout the post office as everyone listened intently. It was as if time stood still for that brief moment. They realized that James's actions reflected their shared dreams and aspirations for a future marked by equality. The impact of this visit extended beyond just James. It became a source of inspiration for everyone present. They saw how leaders like Dr. King recognized individuals who made a difference in their communities, no matter how simple or everyday their jobs might seem. The message was clear: people could create change from any position, whether as a postal worker or a civil rights leader. After their exchange, Dr. King spent time answering questions from curious workers and discussing the importance of unity within their community. This unexpected visit brought hope to many at the post office, encouraging them to stand firm in their fight for justice while acknowledging the significance of every small action taken toward change. It truly was a day they would never forget, the day hope walked through their doors in the form of a remarkable leader. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s statement to James Waller, "You carry more than mail, You carry hope," held profound significance not only for James but also for all his coworkers at the post office. In those simple yet powerful words, Dr. King captured the essence of what it meant to stand up for justice and equality during a tumultuous time in American history. It was a reminder that even everyday roles could contribute to a larger movement for change. For James, hearing this affirmation from such a respected leader was incredibly validating. It underscored that his commitment to attending protests and advocating for civil rights was not just a personal endeavor but also part of a collective struggle. This recognition fueled his spirit and reinforced his sense of purpose. James was reminded that his work at the post office was vital to his community, bridging gaps and connecting people through their shared experiences. Dr. King's words acknowledged that every letter he delivered represented someone's story, hopes, or challenges. The impact of Dr. King's message radiated throughout the post office and resonated deeply with James's coworkers. They were inspired to see how their daily tasks had a more profound meaning in the context of social change. Many workers who once viewed their positions as simply jobs began to see the potential for activism in their roles. They realized that two could carry hope by standing together and supporting one another in their quest for justice. This moment also prompted discussions among employees about their contributions to the civil rights movement. As they processed mail, they began to share ideas about how they could become more involved in activism within their community. The visit had sparked a renewed sense of unity and determination among them, creating a shared vision of working toward equality together. Moreover, Dr. King's visit created lasting ripples beyond that day. His words encouraged the postal workers to create spaces for conversations about civil rights during breaks and to participate in local events. They understood that everyone had a role to play, no matter how small it seemed. Ultimately, the encounter stressed the importance of community involvement and the belief that anyone could bring about change, whether through their job or through activism. It served as a powerful reminder that carrying hope in their hearts and actions could lead to monumental shifts toward justice and equality in society, a lesson that James Waller and his coworkers would carry with them long after Dr. King left the post office. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stepped into the post office, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. The lively hum of conversation and the sound of letters being sorted came to an abrupt halt. Postal workers, who had been engrossed in their daily tasks, suddenly found themselves frozen in place, spellbound by the presence of a leader they admired deeply. Eyes widened, and whispers of disbelief spread through the building like wildfire, as everyone realized the significance of this historic moment. For many employees, this was not just another day at work, it was an unforgettable encounter with someone whose words had inspired countless individuals across the nation. The connection between James Waller and Dr. King was palpable, as both men embodied a shared commitment to justice and equality. In that instant, the post office transformed into a vibrant hub of hope, where both workers and their community felt united in purpose. As Dr. King approached James, the surrounding workers leaned in closer, eager to hear every word spoken between them. It was a rare opportunity for them to witness such an important exchange firsthand, a moment that would forever be etched in their memories. The entire building seemed to hold its breath as Dr. King acknowledged James's dedication, emphasizing that his role extended beyond delivering mail. He was carrying hope for everyone fighting for change. The impact of this interaction rippled through every employee present. They felt a sense of pride swell within them, knowing that their efforts, both small and large, were recognized by such an influential figure. Many began to reflect on their own contributions to the civil rights movement, realizing that they too had a part to play in this struggle for justice. After Dr. King's heartfelt words filled the room, conversations sparked among coworkers about how they could come together as a community to advocate for equality more actively. The once busy post office now buzzed with renewed energy and purpose as employees discussed their shared vision for change. This moment solidified the bond between James Waller and his fellow workers while also connecting them collectively to Dr. King's message. They understood that hope could be carried not just through activism but also through everyday actions within their roles at the post office. As they returned to their tasks later that day, Each worker carried with them not just letters but also a newfound sense of determination to fight for justice alongside those who stood with them in solidarity, an enduring reminder that they were all part of something much greater than themselves. The legacy of James Waller serves as a powerful reminder of how one can balance everyday responsibilities with the pursuit of justice. His story exemplifies the idea that activism does not require abandoning one's job or life obligations. Instead, it highlights how these aspects can coexist harmoniously. In 1966, James was not just a postal worker, he was also a beacon of hope and inspiration for his coworkers and community. By attending protests while maintaining his commitment to his job, James demonstrated that individuals could stand up for their beliefs without compromising their duties. He firmly believed that every effort mattered in the fight for equality, whether it was delivering mail or marching for civil rights. His dedication showed others that they too had the power to make a difference, regardless of their daily tasks. James's influence extended beyond the post office walls. His encounter with Dr. King ignited a sense of purpose among his colleagues, who realized that their roles were meaningful in the larger context of social change. The message they took away from Dr. King's visit, and from witnessing James's actions, was clear: everyone has a part to play in the quest for justice. This realization encouraged many workers to find ways to engage in activism within their own lives, empowering them to use their voices and talents to advocate for equality. As time passed, James's legacy inspired future generations as well. Stories of his unwavering commitment circulated through families and communities, serving as a source of motivation for young people who wanted to effect change. They learned that ordinary individuals could create extraordinary impacts by showing up and standing together against injustice. Moreover, James's example encouraged people to reflect on their own lives and consider how they could contribute to causes they cared about while maintaining their responsibilities. Whether it meant volunteering on weekends, joining community meetings, or simply engaging in conversations about social justice, his story inspired others to take action within their own spheres of influence. In essence, James Waller's legacy is one of hope and resilience. It teaches us that balancing work and activism is not only possible but necessary for building a fairer society. His life reminds us all that carrying hope forward, whether through our jobs or our passions, can lead to lasting change and inspire those around us to do the same. His journey is a testament to the power of dedication and the impact one person can have on the collective pursuit of justice and equality. The encounter between James Waller and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. serves as a powerful testament to the influence of hope and determination in both work and activism. In 1966, within the walls of a humble post office, a remarkable moment unfolded that transcended the ordinary. When Dr. King told James, "You carry more than mail, you carry hope," it encapsulated not only James's commitment to his job but also the broader fight for justice during a critical time in American history. This exchange illuminated the idea that everyday roles, whether as a postal worker or a civil rights activist, can significantly contribute to societal change. It underscored that each person has the potential to bring about meaningful impact through their actions, inspiring others to realize that they too can be agents of change. The energy in that post office reflected a profound understanding that hope is not just an abstract concept, it is something tangible that can be carried in one's heart and shared with the community. As James balanced his responsibilities at work with his involvement in protests, he demonstrated how passion for social justice can coexist with daily duties. His dedication became a source of motivation for his coworkers, many of whom were influenced by Dr. King's visit to see their jobs as opportunities for advocacy rather than mere routine tasks. This new perspective fostered a sense of unity among them, encouraging collaboration and support for one another's activism. The lasting message from this historic encounter continues to resonate through generations. It reminds individuals that activism doesn't require sacrificing one's livelihood. Instead, it can take many forms woven into the fabric of daily life. James's legacy inspires future leaders and activists to embrace their roles within their communities while pursuing justice passionately. In an era where challenges persist, the story of James Waller urges us all to recognize our responsibilities, stand firm in our beliefs, and carry hope forward. It shows how one person's determination can ignite collective action and inspire countless others to join in the struggle for equality. The lessons learned from James's journey remain relevant today, reminding us that every effort counts and every voice matters in shaping a just society. Ultimately, this powerful moment at the post office exemplifies how hope and determination can flourish in any environment, leading us toward a brighter future together.